What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the latest episode of the internet's slowest growing robot fighting podcast, Mac and Jack's Robot Rumble. I'm Jack, and opposite me is three different introductory qualities. I don't know, I can't be bothered this week. The Mac. Mac,
God.
take it away.
Zach, this is why you shouldn't do exercise before a podcast.
Yeah,
You
well,
become lazy.
yeah, that sounds about right. But yes, I'm full of protein and torn muscles right now, so yeah.
God damn it.
See,
I was fully
this is the
waiting
thing,
to
everyone.
give out at you.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. One of us has to do all of the exercise because you don't do any.
Hey, I do what? I exercise every Thursday, Tuesday, and Friday. 2 days a week I do it, and I am strong.
Okay, fair enough.
I am Audie, the strongest man in the world. Remember Peter?
Well, you know how it is. Like in time, I would absolutely throw you literally across the room.
Yeah, good luck trying to break your kneecaps with a bat.
Oh,
That is always my go-to.
Yeah.
I just always go to break your knee with a bat. And I will.
Cricket bat, naturally.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, cricket bats can do damage.
I mean, it's the Australian way, after all.
I wonder if I'm actually gonna wonder if like there could be a robot with like a cricket bat type weapon. Cause like it honestly could it could work like really well.
I mean, we have seen robots with actual baseball bats mounted onto them.
Yeah, true. Cause like basically that's like if you could do like sort of a side flipper, like just cricket bat shaped side flipper.
You mean like on Sidewinder with that spinning bar that was on the side?
I guess so, yeah.
For what that robot was worth.
I mean, it could work. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, rolling along, we will start episode 5, I believe it was.
Yes, episode 5. And it was a good episode.
Yep, and what an explosive opener it was.
Oh,
Definitely intended on this one.
Yeah.
Coming in, we start out very strongly with free shipping versus uppercut. Both of us backing uppercut going in because, of course, you don't bet against uppercut at this stage of the competition.
Exactly. And
Now,
they proved it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes. Right, okay, so Uppercut's intro rocked. Well done, Farouk, of course. And, of course, I always forget that the Uppercut team captain is a national yo-yo champion as well.
Yes, he is the yo-yo master. They asked him if they could teach them how to be a yo-yo master, but he didn't listen. He just kept on yoing.
Oh, man. And I like how they spotlighted the previous season where Uppercut managed to, literally blow up Sawblaze, and how they were going to be hunting for explosions moving forward. And that was pretty firmly on display here as well. Because right out of the gate, free shipping actually started stronger than Uppercut did in this case, managing to get them upside down. Because free shipping, as we know, absolutely fantastic driving from, the time as original sin in the Robo games and things like that. And free shipping always puts up a good fight in the driving category, but shortly after, Uppercut asserts itself and boom! Literally, boom! Lands a massive body blow.
Biggest explosion in the entire series.
Yep, it shook the goddamn box. And, oh man.
It filled up damn near half the arena.
Yeah, man. Straight up massive body blow that basically blew up the tank like an appendix, and then just punched free shipping's face off.
Yeah.
Before finally managing to before scoring knockout in short order. It tore free shipping apart, and free shipping is not an easy robot to destroy like that, but bam, Uppercut, always managing to deal out the massive monster shots, and just it is such a strong machine at this point in the tournament, and I am so looking forward to seeing how it progresses from here, because each appearance it's made so far, absolutely awesome. It was absolutely one of the highlights last season, and I can't wait to see where they go from here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
right away we got to award this the knockout of the night as well,
Oh,
because just bam.
easily. Uppercut,
He's-
I believe, is gonna be. Uppercut, I think, is like one of the big six right of this season. That it's gonna be. I think this is gonna be one of the final like four, or big eight even. I guess it's gonna be one of the final, not final four, like in like the semifinals. Like,
Let's see.
what the fuck am I trying to say right now?
Yeah, semifinals is the final four.
Final four, one, two. Yeah, wait, one, two. Yeah. I was trying to figure out how brackets work again. God, it is 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. I'm a mess.
It's okay, Mac. We can always justify with this with the only thing for sure with Battlebots is nothing's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Like it's easy to sort of predict, like try to predict like how things are gonna go, but you never know because we've seen things go wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very good fight. 8.5 out of 10 for me.
Yep, 8 out of 10 for me. It was a short fight, but it was an awesome one.
Excellent
so many
fight.
highlight moments in that short window.
Indeed. Second fight, we got the Blacksmith Man and the Shatter Man.
Yep, Blacksmith versus Shatter. Now, Mac, coming in, you backed Shatter to win while I backed Blacksmith.
Correct, because Shatter is fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, so is Blacksmith. They're just awesome in different ways.
True.
Shatter...
Yep.
Yeah, hammer time up in here as we see the Hammer Saw going up against the Dedicated Hammer. Yep. Which was pretty interesting as well, considering Blacksmith for a long time was known as the definitive hammer bot, but now that it's no longer rocking the actual hammer and instead had to move to a hammer saw, an understandable decision considering the visible damage that can be wreaked with the hammer saw versus the internal damage that can be wreaked with a regular hammer.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a result, Shatter has kind of taken Blacksmith's place as the competition's resident hammer bot. And it was really cool to see these two lined up from each other. I wrote right away that it should be a good driving bout because Alkindle has fantastic driving pedigree. And Shatter, of course, with its on the wheels and the ability to strafe all over the arena is always a delight to watch. And always a tricky robot to prepare for as well.
Oh, yeah.
So... yeah, I was very interested to see how Shatter's strafing matches up to Alkindle's piloting skills.
And it matched up beautifully in this fight, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Like, it helped that Shatter came up with a very interesting configuration with some extra long forks to allow them to keep Blacksmith further at bay, which proved to be very, very useful, and an absolutely giant weapon.
It came out with a Keyblade. A suit fucking Keyblade.
It came out wielding like the type of sword that you would see wielded by the mountain that rides.
Oh, yes.
Just absolutely enormous weapon that has huge reach and can just strike brilliantly from a distance. And we saw it used to great effect as it very, very quickly actually managed to take out in what was one of the best hits of the season so far. It managed to sniper strike the weapon belt on Blacksmith's hammer saw.
And I mean, that's a Shatter strategy. Shatter always gets its hidden. It always gets the hidden.
Yeah, this is the thing. Shatter, because of its Omni wheels, it can be kind of a confusion foo robot. But they have absolutely fantastic aim with that weapon. They're always able to strike in absolutely devastating ways. In ways that you actually wouldn't really be able to expect with the Omni Wheel design. But yeah, here they managed to snipe Blacksmith's weapon belt, and from there the fight was... I'm not going to say it was all Shatter, because Blacksmith continued to fight back strongly with its driving and everything, but Shatter just playing keep away, landing brilliant blow after brilliant blow, and yeah, just fantastic use of the weapon, great sniper striking, combination hits. Shatter almost like Voldo from Soul Calibur in this fight, I thought.
Look, I haven't played
And
Soul Calibur, so like I'll have to take your word for that. But yeah,
just look up Voldo sometime, and you'll see what I mean,
how do you
buddy.
spell that?
Voldo.
Soul Calibur Voldo. VOL, dear. What the?
Yep.
What is this? What? What? Okay. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, like you see the way that it moves. He moves even?
I'm not seeing a GIF, but I see a still image of him, and he looks absolutely weird.
Yeah, that's Voldo. He is
God.
confusion Boo in a nutshell, and you should see the way that he moves.
He looks like a pillar man.
Ay, 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 ay.
Christ. But yeah, like this was absolutely this was match of the night.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Fight of the night, brilliant performance. Great driving from Shatter as well, and that's to take nothing away from Blacksmith's driving as well. Blacksmith absolutely did a great job with the driving, but you know,
Yep, you're right.
Shatter's strafing and overall maneuverability, combined with the piloting of its captain, yeah, wins them the driving award of the night. And best performance in a losing effort goes to Blacksmith, who did manage to put up a great fight even without their weapon. But yeah, there was only so much that they could do in this situation. And yeah, definitely a highlight of the competition so far was this fight. 9 out of 10.
Absolutely. I also gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yep. And coming up from this, we have Jaeger versus P1. Both of us backing P1 because, of course, we are. We love P1 in this household.
Yes, yes, we do. And oh boy, this was the most professional wrestling-esque squash match I think I've seen in like one of these these robot fighting things.
It's the handicap squash match.
Yes,
basically.
It was like Jaeger got their hits in. They showed that they could do some stuff, but P1 absolutely thrashed them after giving them a little bit of sign.
Oh yeah, good strong comeback from P1, takes out both of the multi-bots, and just quickly asserting itself in this extended squash match. There isn't really a lot to talk about in regards to the match itself.
Although, I mean, he used the small robot as a shield at one point. That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty good when it made use of the mini bot as basically extra armor when it rammed into I can't remember the name of the undercutter half of Jaeger, but yeah.
Oh god. I have an idea I need to get an image of Shatter's weapon and Photoshop it onto P1 so it's sword and shield. God. If I do that before I put a podcast out, I'll put an image in here.
Okay. But yeah, P1 asserting itself in this fight. Do you think we'll see them make the brackets this time?
I believe so, yeah. It will depend on how the next fight goes. Because I think at the very least, it's gonna be in the middle. I think at the moment it's in the middle right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to see.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed that it does, because I would forever argue that they should have made the brackets last time. But here we go. Right. Okay. So up next we had Hydra versus Gruff. Both of us backing Hydra, even if we did want Gruff to win.
Yep.
Some good commentary on the ground game going into this as well. Nice way of highlighting that and how important the ground game really is to the overall robot combat scene and always has. Because it's one of those things you've got to, especially back when the floor was all damaged as well, and so as a result you couldn't necessarily be as low to the ground as you would have wanted to because you didn't know if you'd get stuck on a part of the floor that would leave you high centered. And that's always something that needs to be taken into account as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really built up Gruff as the underdog in the hype package, which makes sense, considering Hydra is being built up as the main villain of the show at this point.
Yeah, true.
And, oh, dude, Farouk, once again, killing it with the intros. The way that he delivered Hydra's intro, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. The man will never be off his game.
Yeah, man. Oh, he's so good. You can really see how he's got his voice acting training in as well. His delivery is second to none.
I would love to hire him for like a film at some point.
Well,
Like,
you never know. Maybe one day.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, if I'm remembering right, he does do some commission work, so
Oh, does he? Oh.
I think so. I'm pretty sure that you can hire him to record like voice messages or something. So
Yeah. Okay. I need to keep it in mind then.
watch this space, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so a bit of a tentative opening, but Hydra very quickly taking control. Gruff seemed to be having some flamer issues during this as well, didn't it? Because I noticed that at least one of its flamethrowers was starting to backfire quite quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, like
And as a
it caught on fire pretty quickly.
Yeah, and like the way that it was basically venting out of the back, it wasn't quite getting full power in its heavy flames.
Yeah.
Now to be fair, Hydra also, at least compared to its normal flipping power, seemed to be kind of limping into this fight anyway as well.
Yeah, that's true.
It was only really getting half power in how it could launch Gruff, so it wasn't really able to use its main strategy of using flips to basically shake robots to death.
Yeah.
Especially
I mean, like,
considering that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Especially considering, how tough Gruff is.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, like, Hydra still got the job done. Like, it kept on Gruff like the entire fight, like pretty much the entire fight, and we saw that at the very end when it flipped it out of the arena.
Via the entryway as well, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, indeed.
It's funny, they've been going to all of this trouble to try and eliminate out of the arena flips as an option, and then Hydra gets them in the one position where they're able to still do it.
I mean, it's still a possibility, so, I mean, there's 3 valid ways now, I think. 3 or 4 valid ways, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, overall, it was an entertaining fight, good ending, 7 out of 10.
Oh, I agree with that. That might have actually been the best Hydra fight, like, in a while, I'd say. Barring, like, any that I'm forgetting about.
Yeah, we've still got to see them properly come back this season, though.
Oh,
At least compared to how they were the previous season.
Honestly, I think the next fight is gonna go a lot better.
Well, speaking of the next fight, we come now to Captain Gigabyte versus Shredderator.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's Beyblade up in here, a rare full body spinner versus full body spinner battle. And unfortunately, that was basically all it was. It was a very quick game of Beyblade, basically.
This was sad.
It was honestly kind of upsetting to see this fight in a lot of ways. Because, Shredderator coming in with all the momentum in the world after pulling off the shock upset over Tombstone in its previous fight, and then the mechanical gremlins that always haunt Shredderator rear their ugly head again, because apparently they were having signal issues, and that was what ended up causing them to lose any control of the robot, and just instead of going out with a bang, they go down with a whimper again. And you can just see the frustration in both teams' faces, because they really, really wanted a good fight in this one.
I felt so bad for Captain Shredderator. Like, I always made jokes about it, but, like, just seeing him actually upset, like, that disheartened me.
Yeah, it's because the guy absolutely loves robot combat and always has, because he's been doing this for over 20 years now as well. And the fact that, he can't seem to escape the unfortunate reputation that Shredderator has built up over the last few years. And at this point, it's almost like through no fault of his own.
Yeah.
And you can just see, he comes to fight, and he wants to have a good fight and everything, and then stuff like this happens, and it just has to be the most disheartening thing.
It's just constant bad luck with him. Like, he just can't get anything going. It's sad.
It really is unfortunate, and you could see the Gigabyte team were not happy with the way that they won the fight either. They wanted a much longer, much more destructive fight, but yeah, it turned out to be an especially lame battle of Beyblade, unfortunately.
Yep. Oh god.
So it was a 2 out of 10 fight on this one, unfortunately.
2 out of 10. I think before we even got to the fight, like, Zach came up with the idea of using the Spider-Man pointing at each other image, and like, I don't even think it's worth using it for this fight now.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
But it's okay. We'll have that image for later. Future Makon here, telling you that at this point of the recording, Zach had to do something, so we had like a few minutes of break, so I had to actually edit this. So, yeah, it would have been really obvious if I didn't, like, put this in here as a warning, so, yeah, okay, back to the podcast, bye. And I said melon, more like smelling.
What? Where the hell did that come from?
I don't know. Look, it's if you want to find out the rest of that joke, don't.
Fair enough.
Okay, so speaking of a joke, this next fight.
Yes, Dragon Slayer versus Duck. Now,
what happened to Duck?
Oh man. Okay, so for background, both Mac and myself picked Dragon Slayer to win this one, largely because Duck's horrible luck with the judges' decisions, and unfortunately Duck doesn't really have a knockout capability at this point except against certain robots. And yeah, it turned out to be a pretty safe bet as to how this was going to go. Now, going into this, Mac and I both actually commented that we really liked Dragon Slayer's design. I, for one, love the Templar-esque helmet-style faceplates that it's got.
Yeah, oh yeah. Some big, big bread boys in it, either.
Yeah, boy. And just Chris with no chill going in when talking about Duck as well. I noticed as well.
Kind of deserved, to be fair.
Yeah, turned out to be quite prescient, in fact, because within the first 10 seconds, Dragon Slayer ripped Duck's lifter to pieces.
It did.
Just basically ate its face.
And that was the peak of the fight. Because it was all downhill from there.
It really was, because after that, Dragon Slayer did manage to land a few more hits, but it didn't really do that much. You could see that it was having mechanical gremlins. But of course, Duck, having lost its lifter at that point, had no way of taking advantage of that. And I say this as somebody who absolutely loves Hal Rucker and Duck in general.
Yeah.
Duck, the novelty is gone at this point. It's no longer a robot that seems to be especially capable of winning fights. And everybody is prepared for it, and in much the same way that they're prepared for Tombstone.
Yeah. And it doesn't even have a good... It's not even like Tombstone where, like, it can still murder people. It's at most, it's a brick wall.
Yeah, it's... I will break your fists with my face. And that doesn't quite work for Battlebots these days, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Yeah, Dragon Slayer's weapon, compared to a lot of other spinners in this competition, it's not even an especially great spinner or anything like that, but it's still completely outclassed Duck at that point.
It was a bog standard spinner. That's it.
Yeah. That being said, Dragon Slayer does have some potential, and hopefully they can work out the gremlins in the future. And I hope to see more from them in the future, because I quite like the team captain. He seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, true.
Very humble. But yeah, at this point, the novelty of Duck is gone, and it's going to need yet another overhaul if it's really going to become, a competitive robot again. I feel like missing that additional season, thanks to COVID, really ended up costing Team Black and Blue in regards to, keeping up. Now, I feel like Hal Rucker is still, good enough to keep up with the rest of the field, but I feel like missing that additional season would have cost him a lot here.
Yeah. I mean, look, next season, I can imagine it. Next season, it's gonna come back, it's gonna have the angry eyes, and it's gonna have a gun taped to it. And that's how it's gonna win.
Oh, man. Well, from now, they waddle away to the very next day. A little bit more bruised than before, unfortunately. 5 out of 10 for this one.
This fight was sour grapes.
Yeah. 5 out of 10 fight. Strong start, but it became very boring after that. By default, Dragon Slayer gets the Dark Horse Victory Award with this.
I thought we weren't doing defaults.
Well, it's to be fair, Duck is a notable robot, and this was Dragon Slayer's very first fight.
Yeah, okay,
And to
you
be
know, yeah,
Duck
that's
in the
fair.
first fight, that is worthy of it. That's the exception, I think.
Okay, that's fair enough then.
But after this, we got a great spotlight on Shatter with its Omni wheels as well, and I'm seeing a lot of memes about the idea of a car with Omni wheels being driven by, the captain of Shatter, and that would be absolutely hilarious to think about.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a better idea than fucking whatever Elon Musk's fucking tunnel thing is.
Oh boy, don't even get me started on Elon Musk, man.
Oh,
I
good.
hate that guy. But I digress. We're not going to get into that here.
Yes.
We come to the main event now. Endgame versus Witch Doctor.
This
and
was
of course, both of us had to back the champ in this one.
Of course, you cannot disrespect the champion, but you cannot also, you also cannot disrespect Witch Doctor.
Yeah, as we got Orange Bite Force versus Green Bite Force.
Yes. This is the battle of the Sin Caras. Of the Spider-Man.
I mean, Orange Bite Force versus Purple Bite Force.
Yeah, yes, there we go.
Now, coming off of the last few fights, this was an absolute breath of fresh air. Big weapon-to-weapon blows. A lot of good action between both teams. Witch Doctor hanging in for a bit, but then, bam, Endgame reminding us why they're king as they firmly take control of the fight and just dish out blow after blow, and eventually managed to knock Witch Doctor out, which is no small feat because Witch Doctor is an incredibly durable machine.
Yep.
I do like how they spotlighted how Witch Doctor doesn't really play much of the ground game as they were going into this because they prefer to go weapon to weapon because they're there to mangle rather than necessarily fight tactically.
Yeah, and
Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is just so well driven as a rule that it often doesn't even need to play the ground game, as we've seen it do incredibly well even without playing that.
Yeah,
like, remember when it ended when it ended the undefeated streak of Death Roll?
No, I don't. I forget. Wait, when was that again?
That was the year that Death Roll was looking like a very strong candidate to win the title.
Oh,
As it was shredding through everyone, and then it ran into Witch Doctor, and Witch Doctor managed to beat it.
Fuck.
And that was in a year when Witch Doctor was actually having a bit of a rough run, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, true. They kept sort of falling apart, weren't they?
Yeah, it basically got to the point where they only just managed to make it into the tournament bracket, but then they managed to go all the way to the runner-up position.
True, yeah.
But yeah, Endgame reminding us why they're king with that, as they managed to knock Witch Doctor out in a very entertaining fight. 8 out of 10 from me, and nice way to end the episode.
Yeah, it was a good fight, good end to the episode. Endgame continue to be undefeated, continue to be the kings.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait to see who they fight next. Who they destroy next.
Well, you never know who they're going to face next. They could run into somebody who's finally got them figured out, but
they'll fight
you never
Doug.
really know because, like we said earlier, the only thing to be sure about in Battlebots is that nothing's for sure.
Indeed.
We could see a new championship contender emerge at any moment.
Indeed.
Because the standard of engineering at this point is so high.
Indeed, anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation. I mean, Battlebots.
Oh man. Okay, so do we have anything that we want to talk about in this week's off-topic section?
off topic. Fuck. I don't know. Like, did you have anything?
I can't really think of anything that's relevant at the moment, to be honest.
You still haven't gotten your project done yet?
Yeah, not quite.
Okay. We'll save that for another time. I don't know. I've been watching Peacemaker.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and talk about that for a
minute.
minute.
Yeah, dude, like. Peacemaker's so good. Like, you need to get around to it. You need to get around to the Suicide Squad as well.
I'm sure I do. I've been hearing nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, because, dude, Peacemaker has one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard, like, for any series.
Nice.
Do you want me to go through the actual soundtrack?
Like, no, I'll trust you. I'll listen to it when I actually get to it.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, how would you rate John Cena as Peacemaker?
Oh, 10 out of 10. Fucking, he is fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, dude, he is so good in the role. Like,
That's actually really cool to hear as well, because like Cena's always had a bit of a reputation for not being a very good actor based off of stuff like The Marine and 12 Rounds and Legendary and things like that.
I mean,
But over the years,
those are early. Those are early.
yeah,
Cena.
to be fair, that was very early in his acting career, at least live action, because I don't know if you noticed, but he was actually up for the role of Ron Stoppable in Kim Possible.
Was he?
Yeah, he was actually he was the runner-up.
Wait, the fucking live action one from like a few years ago?
No, the original cartoon. He was the
what?
runner-up for the role of Ron Stoppable.
Wait, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, Will Friedle beat him to the role, but he was the second choice.
Damn.
So we nearly didn't get John Cena as a professional wrestler. We nearly had him as a voice actor for Disney instead.
Oh, holy shit, that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. And now he's Peacemaker.
Yes,
and
he is.
yeah, we've seen him come along over the years a long way as an actor because he's actually had several legitimately good turns. It helps that he's got fantastic comedic timing at this point as well.
Oh yeah, like honestly, I'd say ever since Blockers, like he's been like great. He's been a really good actor.
I think it was just before that he started getting highlights for his comedic timing, but Blockers, yeah, I think that was when he really came to prominence, and I think Bumblebee also helped highlight him as well, didn't it?
I haven't seen Bumblebee, but like I've heard decent things about his role in that.
Because this is the thing, we know that. Because did you know that Cena actually auditioned for the role of Captain America years ago?
No, not that. I heard that like the only one I know is like Triple H like auditioned for 4.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. Like Triple H wanted to be 4. But like yeah, I haven't heard that Cena wanted to be Captain America.
But yeah, he auditioned for the role, but of course he lost out to Chris Evans. I don't know how far into the thing of that he got, but yeah. Nowadays he's actually, getting to play a character like Peacemaker, and I'm glad to hear that he's doing so well with it.
He's fucking brilliant. He fits the role perfectly. Like he has a lot of good comedic timing, and like he does like the serious stuff well as well in the series.
Nice. Well, I look forward to watching it when I eventually get around to watching the Suicide Squad as well.
Dude, you're going to love the fucking soundtrack. It's like
all I've seen from the Suicide Squad is King Shark ripping people apart.
That is one of the best things in the movie. That movie is phenomenal. It is such a good movie.
Everyone loves King Shark, to be fair.
James Gunn is a goddamn he is a creative fucking genius.
Awesome.
Like he is so good. He's brilliant.
Brilliant. Awesome. Yes. Okay, well that was good to hear. Do you have anything else that you want to say before we sign off for the week?
No, we're good.
Cool.
Oh, John Cena fucking hosted Wipeout. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's the episode.
And with that, we come to the end of the episode, and we thank you once more for somehow hanging in with our inane ramblings, the 1 or 2 of you that are left. Right before you leave, anyway.
There's about 40 of them. We have a good audience.
Well, to be fair, at least a couple of those views are due to me checking to see if there are comments.
And one friend we have.
Yes.
Everyone else is just people who, I don't know, I guess they're just curious about what we do and then just leave.
Yep, just morbid curiosity from among the Battlebots fan base to listen to yet more insane fans.
I guess. I guess.
Well. Anyway, to our ever-minute listener base, thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to annoy you again next week. Until then, he's Mac, I'm Jack, stay safe, and yeah.
Bye.